the genius in a historical context to our coverage of that was very early on, I became the go-to place for every aspect of that. There was no court TV in those days. Headline news, if it existed, it did exist, but they didn't do trials. There was no cameras in the court, even in those days, or not much that were broadcast anyway. So we just stuck with the story, and there were enough people in the audience that from the .2 rating, the day of the verdict in the civil case in O.J. Simpson, we did a 6.2 rating. In other words, we had gone from a fraction to really dominating the national conversation about this phenomenal story. It was, in every sense, a tale of our times. I totally believe that the whole concept of concentrating on that one story, which has been adopted now by so many other outlets and so many other trials or serial kind of revelations, was legitimate, and it proved itself time and time again because it was a story about race, it was a story about social class, it was a story about celebrity and the power of celebrity. It was a story about the relationship between the black community and cops. It was a story about infidelity. It was a story about violent crime, innocent victimization of crime. It was so filled with so many important aspects of life. That's why it took off, not because it was just a murder. It wasn't just a murder story. It was really a tale of our times. It was, and no one's really written it, but it really was. It could almost have been written by Charles Dickens.
And how helpful was it, the fact that you're a lawyer?
There is no doubt that my legal training became instrumental in helping drive not only the angle for the coverage, but also the credibility in the angle for the coverage. People then became to look, once again, were regarding me not as the tabloid impresario, but as, he wasn't a bad lawyer, and it's pretty sharp, and I didn't think of that, and that's admissible, inadmissible, you're prejudicial, probative, it's just, the lingo, we brought that lingo to television in a way now that you can't watch a day's cable news programming without Baby Lisa
They brought in the Jeffrey Toobins and all the
rest.
others.